Okay, so this is a video about creating a project under Airpo, and it is assuming that you either created a project from the previous video, or you were added to a private project, or you joined a public project. So you have a project that you are working with. And let me go back to, this is the project we created in the previous video. Sorry, this one, it's called example project. That's the one we created. And you can see I'm a creator and owner, but you can be just a member. Like this one, I'm just a member of a project. That means I don't own this project, but I'm an experiment under this project. So I'm clicking here and you can see we have experiment, and here's where you can create experiment under this project. You can create as many experiment, and different people can create different experiment as long as they are part of this group. Okay, so create experiment, and there are different steps. You have to read each and every step over here. And the most important one, you have this Airpo experiment information request form. You have to fill this form. Either you are creating a canonical experiment or not, you have to fill it, the form. And if you have any problem, you can send email to Airpo Ops. And for non-canonical experiment, you have to follow this step 3A. And for canonical experiment, you have to follow step 3B. For now, for this demo, I want to go through this because I just want to show how to create experiment. And you can give it any name. I'll just say Alpha-X testing as project demo. Oh, sorry, this is experiment. Just do this. And let's test experiment. Yeah, and then you give it a name and description and you can save. And this you have to acknowledge. I said in this step 2, this is very important, just you fill this form over here. And let me cancel and you can just go to, you have to fill this form about your experiment and submit it. And you can come back here and click save and acknowledge that you have filled the form. And then you have your experiment created. This is the experiment page, but let's look at how it looks here under the project. You see we have this first experiment created, and the other experiment will come in this list. So this is the experiment page. It has several things. You can see you can have your experiment in development mode. You can have it in sandbox mode, emulation mode, and testbed mode. But for this video, we're going to focus in the development. This is the virtual development experiment. And before it goes into these other different stages, because these are the different stages of an experiment. Now it has a name, it has a description, and the status now it is saved. And you can see, you can refresh status if you are doing something. We'll see how to, when the different status will change. But also there are session history. At the moment, it's empty because you haven't started any development session yet. But when you start development session, you'll see, we'll have there a list of sessions. Now, for this development environment experiment, you'll have to initiate development. But for now, this button is gray because for this button to turn green for you to be able to click, you have to fulfill 2 mandatory requirement. The first one is that your profile, under your profile, you have to have the public key. The public key has to be here. So for me, it is here. But let me go to the experiment. Okay, a number of experiment. I will go here. It's easy to go to the experiment through the project. Okay, so I have the public key in place, but I need the target resources because you cannot start experiment if you don't have resources. So I will update resources and I can add resources update. For this one, I'm going to get 1 fixed node, and these are all resources that are in the test bed. You'll see all of them listed here. For now, I'm going to use 1 fixed node. This AFRIN is Airpo fixed remote node, and APRIN is Airpo portable remote node. So I'm going to get a fixed one and a portable one for simplicity, but you can add several portable and several fixed based on your experiment. And as it is explained in the user manual as well, you can check. Once you're done, you can remove. If you don't want it, you can remove and add something else. So as you're making your choices, and save. So your experiment now has 2 resources. And you can go for the portable, resources, you can go here and modify. If you want, the name is here, you say the Node UHD, the vehicles, if you want a UAV or a UGV, I'll say UAV for now, and then save. So once you're done with your modification, you can go back to experiment. And you see now you have your button ready to initiate development. But if there is any, okay, so that is at the basic level, that's what you need. And you have everything to be able to initiate development. So then you click initiate development. Based on the number of resources you have in your experiment, it can take 2 minutes to several minutes, depending on the number of resources that are here, because in the backend, the test bed is creating these resources for you.